Secrets revealed: how to score and prevent goals from a FIFA corner. Before we begin, players must be aware that the referees tend to ignore what are obvious fouls and incidents of obstruction in the box during corners. This means the players playing in a FIFA environment must be extremely handsy and must learn to use their bodies in such a way as to get the better of a defender. Some teams also use their own teammates to block defenders assigned to mark them. It must be understood that this kind of behavior goes strictly against the laws of the game, but unfortunately the referees are unable to control it, which is why they ignore it. This video will focus on the rules being followed when a corner is to be taken. One of the main rules is that every player must have his or her eyes on the ball at all times. This includes the rule that the body of the player must face the ball too. The attacking player can glance to see where the defenders are or where the goal is, and the defenders can glance to see where the opponent they are marking is. Following the glance, the eyes should be back on the ball. At no time is the frontal part of a defender allowed to face the attacker, unless at the point of heading the ball, which uses a certain technique. There are 5 specific styles of taking a corner. 1. The short corner. This basically turns a corner, which is actually a direct free kick, into an indirect free kick. A. The short corner can be played along the ground to a person running towards the corner taker. B. The short corner can be played to a person standing next to the corner taker on the touchline. And C. The short corner can be played to a teammate standing a yard or two in front of the corner taker. 2. The corners played into an area close to the goal. A. A corner which is knocked towards the far pole around the 6-yard area. B. A corner which is knocked toward the middle of the goal around the 6-yard area. And C. A corner which is crossed into the 6-yard area close to the front pole. 3. Corners directed towards the edge of the box. These are rare, but just as the previous option, there are 3 specific areas to target. 4. Corner variations to points 2 and 3. 5. The direct corner, when a corner taker kicks the ball with a specific intention to score. Now, the detailed explanation of what was just said. 1. The short corners can be used to create space for the corner taker and to enable him or her to add more curl to the ball when the ball is played to a teammate standing a few yards away on the touchline. The corner taker can also play a 1-2 or wall pass with the teammate and receive the ball further up the touchline. Just like this example, the other short corners are used to unsettle the defenders who are expecting a corner into the box. By starting the game with a short corner, the team taking the corner is probably more comfortable with the ball in play than in a corner kick situation. 2. This type of corner targets a player or players who are trying to score with their first touch. This type of corner is usually struck very hard. This allows the attacker to focus on the connection and not on power. A ball that is struck hard is also difficult for the defenders to defend. 3. This type of corner targets a player or players who are trying to score with the first touch. This type of corner can be both hard and soft. 4. The corner variations are, in regards to point 2 and 3, the players don't attempt to score on the first touch but try and set a teammate up to score. 5. The direct corner can target the front pole, middle area of the goal and the far pole. And now to the players that are attacking the corner to score. These players have to have quick reactions, be strong in the air and be able to make contact with the ball and hit the target with the head and, if needed, any other body part. There are various ways to attack a corner. The first is to set up a player or players to attack the front pole, the middle of the goal and the far pole. Some players may be hanging about in other areas hoping the ball comes to them. 2. The players can be all hanging around in a group and just before the corner is to be taken, they can spread out to attack pre-planned areas. 3. The players are standing still and waiting for the corner to come to them. This method is easy to defend and is rarely used. 4. The players start away from the point they're expecting the corner to be heading for. They target that spot by running into that area from a distance, thus making it difficult to mark them. Communication. Code names can be set before the match to keep the defenders guessing. The simplest code, for example, would be the corner taker raising one arm for crossing to the front pole, two arms for the back, and none at all for crossing between the posts. If the defenders are clever and catch on to this code, the attacking team can raise one arm to signal the far post, and so on. Now to the players that are defending a corner. 1. Either placing two defenders next to each pole or not. If not, you have the choice of at least 10 players ready to defend the goal inside the box, but this would leave the attacking team too many options outside of the box, such as a short corner or a corner described in point 3 of the section on how to attack a corner. 2. Placing one or two players ready to close in on a short corner, and then man-to-man marking the players in the box and outside of it. What is man-to-man marking? This is when every player from the defending team focuses only on one particular player on the opposing team. 3. Static defending in certain areas in the box. The players are covering only certain pre-decided areas of around 4 to 5 yards each. 4. Placing a player or two in strategic areas outside of the box to enable a quick counter-attack. It's also wise to keep a player near the halfway line for a quick long clearance. Communication. The goalkeeper is the king of the box for defenders. It's up to him or her to call out to his or her defenders if he or she can catch the ball, if he or she can see an opposition player free that has to be marked, if there are open spaces that need to be covered, and if the players on the line have to stay or charge off the line. The defenders are also communicating with each other. There can be all sorts of situations where communication is key. If an attacker moves from one area to another, or suddenly one defender sees more than one player coming into his area, and so on. It's obvious to see that from all the information provided, the attacking team has an advantage over the defending team. It's hoped this information has been useful to you all. There are many more videos in the pipeline. Thank you for watching.